Good day everyone! I am now going to present to you my reflection for Module 1, 2, and 3, especially using the PowerPoint presentation that I made. So let's begin. In Module 1, I have learned the information and ideas regarding the financial market structure and role in the financial system. First, I learned the three main components of financial system, including the financial markets, financial intermediaries, and financial regulators. I learned their definition and especially their roles in financial system. I learned that financial instruments are being traded to financial markets, while financial intermediaries play a role on performing efficient allocation of funds, and financial regulators who ensure the fair treatment of participants in a financial transaction. And aside from it, I learned the three major economic functions of financial markets, including the price discovery, which determine the price of the traded asset, then liquidity, which give the chance or opportunity for investors to sell financial instruments, and the reduction of transaction costs, which perform when participants are charged and bear the cost of trading. And in this module, I also learned the difference between common and preferred stock, wherein common stock defined as instruments that can be viewed as combination of debt and equity, while preferred stock refers to an instrument which has the attribute of a debt. And lastly, I learned the two parts of internal market, which includes the domestic and foreign market. And in domestic market, issuers in the country issue securities and where those securities are subsequently traded. While in foreign market, the securities are traded and sold outside the country of issuers. Next, for Module 2, I learned a lot regarding to interest rates of determination and structure. I learned the definition of interest rate, in which it is a rate of return paid by a borrower of funds to a lender of them, and the amount of interest due for a period of time. Then I learned the two economic theories which explain the level of real interest rate, including the loanable bonds, which is the theory that explained the sums of money offered for lending and demanded by consumers and investors during a given period, and the liquidity preference theory, which explains how interest rates are determined based on the preferences of households to hold money balances rather than investing funds. And lastly, I learned the major economic theories, which explains the observed shapes of the yield curve. And those theories are expectations theory, liquidity premium theory, market segmentation theory, and the preferred habitat theory. And for the last module, which is Module 3, I learned the information regarding to money markets. First, I learned the definition of money markets, in which they are the one who manage and facilitate the transferring of short-term funds from agents to the market participants. Then, I also learned the major segments of money market, including the interbank market, primary market, secondary market, and derivatives market. Also, their definition and differences among each other. Next, I learned the following participants under the money market, including the ultimate lenders, central bank, credit institutions, other financial intermediaries, and large non-financial corporations. I also learned their roles on money market. And lastly, I learned the three money market instruments, including the treasury bills, primary market, and secondary market. And just like the money market participants, I also learned their meaning and differences of those money market instruments. So that's it for my reflection on Module 1, 2, and 3. And honestly, these modules that is being discussed by our teacher are a great help for me to identify and understand the following under financial markets. Thank you for listening.